Brahmin genes. A chance post on Twitter by Anuradha Tiwari, the CEO of um, a content creating startup in Bangalore, the IT head of India, sparked a raging debate, generating more than 7 million views as on date and thousands of comments, and many people supporting it, many people um, speaking against it, calling her a casteist or a racist and stuff. So the post was simply of a girl, Anuradha Tiwari, the lady in question, and she was flexing her triceps and she posted Brahmin genes. So why all this controversy? Well, as you know, if you've not seen my video, you should see it. It was on the caste, what the caste is all about. And there has been a lot of efforts by the neo Hindus in India to show that the caste construct in the country was nothing more than associated with one's profession. It had nothing to do with birth. And we have quoted in our video, as you can see in the description above and in the video description, it is right from the Vedas, all the books, all the Vedas, the Puranas, the Itihasas, the Upanishads, the Gita, all speak about uh, casteism and the caste coming from birth and not by profession. So this video obviously generated a lot of hate and likes alike, and there are many people to show solidarity to her, started posting their own bodybuilding pictures with the same tagline, Brahmin genes. That could be a way of even getting their 15 minutes of limelight. Well, the whole, the funny thing about this video, about this post, was that when you use the word Brahmin genes, there are 2 points that you need to notice about this. First is that genes come from birth, it doesn't come by profession. So this so-called professional and her supporters alike agree that caste comes from birth and not by their profession. Secondly, is when they do these things and say Brahmin genes, they're asserting that their superiority over the other gene pools. Now you may know, yes, somebody of you may say, what do you mean by other gene pools? We are all humans. The genes remain the same. No, 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 not as per Hinduism. First of all, there is no concept of genes in Hinduism. If you've not seen my video on that, you should. And this is in short of what the caste system is all about, that their supreme god, also called as Brahman, and the text says that the Brahmins emerged from the head and they are responsible for all the worship related activities and teaching and stuff, and the privileged class rather. And then there is the Kshatriyas, they are the administrators, the fighters, and the people who are in the wars and stuff, and they emerged from the biceps. And then the Vaishyas, their profession is all the merchants and all the people who are there into any selling and buying and stuff like that. And they are the traders per se, and they emerge from the thighs, so they're the third. And the fourth are the Shudras, the also called as untouchables, and they emerge from the feet. Now, many people feel that that's the end of it, which it is not. Of course, the Shudras had living hell even to this day, and the last are the Dalits. And those people are not even classified as of any caste because they're not even considered humans in some way. And every day, even today, which is the 1st of September that I'm recording this video, you can do a search and you will see that there was this one rag picker. Obviously, it is a Shudra because or a Dalit, because no Brahmin will ever go along picking up rags. And just to clarify, the job profile of a Dalit is to clear all the human waste, the urinals, the dead and decomposing animals, carry the dead bodies of humans, and they basically eat the worst leftovers. So you cannot even imagine, if you're not from India, you cannot even imagine how they are treated. It's very sad. You can just do some search online and you can see the crimes and the oppression against the Shudras and the Dalits that continue even till this day. So there's the Dalits, and these Dalits have the worst part coming in. And because of this, you might not be aware of this, that is, India on this day is considered as the biggest uh, slave market in the world, literally having the maximum number of slaves, modern day slaves in the world as on date. This is not, I'm talking 200 years back. I'm not talking about the plantation types of in the US. and you can check yourself. Um, do a quick search, and you'll come to know on these statistics globally. And for the base of this thing is basically this hierarchy which is there, which is created by the caste systems, which is propagated by the traditional Hindu scriptures. It's a very sad story, but that's what it is. So coming to the other part why I made this video is that it's funny because all these neo-Hindus and these people who are looking at appropriating all that is Christian to themselves, which is a regular attempt in the past few years. Something like, okay, biomechanics invented in India, okay, vaccines invented in India, and even what to say, space travel, air travel. You call about plastic surgery. You talk about in vitro fertilization. All these things came from India. That is the narration that goes around in this country at this point of time. And if you speak to the contrary, if you believe to the contrary, then you are basically trying to convert people by giving them these false stories. That's the whole narration that happens. So my basic advice to those people who believe in these things is that, did you know who discovered the genes which is there as a fundamental building unit of all organisms in the world? It was this gentleman, Gregory Mendel, and he was the one who discovered genes. And lo and behold, he was a church father, and he was basically a friar in Saint Thomas Abbey in Brno. I hope that I pronounce that properly. And even to this day, the one who headed the Mapping the Human Genome project was Francis Collins, one of the most smartest people in the world at this time. And he mapped the human genome, and he basically has his own ministry, also called as, you can check him out on biologos.org. And he is basically trying to convert people to Christianity, to show the value proposition of Christianity. So why do these people take recourse to such unscientific theories created by these converters? What they should be basically be speaking about is what is taught in basic Hinduism. And in as per Hinduism, the nature is divided into three parts: sattva, rajas, and tamas. These are the three parts. And basically, as you can see in the narration on your screen, so sattva is the most poignant. They're the most clean and hardworking and intelligent people. And then the middle line is the rajas, and the last is the tamas. So basically, bodybuilding falls in rajas part, and all the Brahmins are supposed to be sattva. So these are the ones. So the post should have been sattvic bodybuilding or something something like that. And if you look at all these sages in India at this time, they propound this theory on the prakriti or the nature of human beings as per these things. And there is utter garbage also floated, something like, if you're eating meat, tigers eat meat and all the wild animals eat meat, and you can see how aggressive they are, how cruel they are, and how evil they are, and stuff like that. And so that's why you should be eating vegetarian diet. Utter garbage, because that reminds me of Zakir Naik, who would say that look at the people in the West. They eat a lot of pig meat and they behave like pigs and they sleep around with 20 people. So the big joke is that I eat a lot of fish, and I'm still not a very good swimmer. So that's a big joke about it. So at this time, for those people who are oppressed by this extremely barbaric caste system, I would like you to give you the message of Christ. And you can see right in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, where God says, let us make man in our image, in our own likeness. So God created humans, man in his image. In the image of God, he created him. Man, a male and female, he created them. That's it. There is no higher class emerging from the head, a second class emerging from the thigh, from the biceps, and a third class emerging from the thighs, and the fourth class emerging from the feet, and then there is a fifth class, which is really not a class. You cannot even call them as humans. This is the God which who treats you equally. This is the God who made you. And this is just the first book of the Bible. And if you go around to a beautiful verse in the book of Galatians, where it is written that there is neither free nor slave, there is neither Jew nor Gentile, neither there is male or female, for we are all one in Christ Jesus. That's how God sees you. Neither free nor slave, you're all one in Christ Jesus. You're all neither there is male or female. So there is no patriarchy that is propagated by Christianity. You're all one in Christ Jesus. See you in my next video. God bless you.